biara kwaba shonko enfambra showdown jumedie so ewo Kumasi online TV Friends of Ken TV and a Thick TV meje de so body another roma ya dia sabre ahode no ewo hono me na ya sewa ne matna fidiem ha me ho den sebe ma sode anopa na nuku don shuro no ejina so a chese e ma chi ankasa na jesa ahode no edemu shonko be se onya subscribe ya obe subscribe e de ama me be share video we ama onu bi ono so ebe share ede ama obi foforo na se ne dane de nyina no menemo edi juma no metuja ewa hanum say no na wo so wo to wo de ede afa comment section na say ede ama me we are waka kire a friend to tell another friend say na ya say wa wajide dwa ani oba kukudo for ba no nsuro hwe say the assembly no wo see the pain wa carry pain no ene days watena se a wode o man Ghana ho nsensem nyina no esom ye share na watwi yasi Monday me betena ha Tuesday me betena ha na Wednesday podie me di kan edit to mani me no ada se mema communicators no akwanya mo ma ba be ka me ho e wo fidie manim se na de ekoso e wo man Ghana no ya twetwe enkomo e de afa ho by this rather unfortunate say ene no communicators entumi embe ka me nsa e wo halim senti mi ankasa mi mu no e na mi ji dwumedie ni nyina no e de esime na so na me de asommo se showdown dwumedie na enne nso da busu ye ba twetwe nkomo ye bedi nkomo san se e de ma bebre na ekọ MPP amanyoko no wo ma ye changes so e na Kennedy wo hene Japan akompreko the incoming flag bearer for the MPP amanyoko no 2028 and the incoming president of this country 2028 and then am no ka say and I was submitting a nomination forms nebushia submit kanipa akobodompem wo hodo ma enya asem keto Kennedy de owo dom amafo support no amafo ta nechi ankasa nenso no ye be konkramante mu neja de ekoso e wo MPP amanyoko no wo party office no ya twetwe nkomo e de afon as I am speaking to you now no me catch you say Kennedy acha na by 1 o'clock na chese wa submitting the forms chese niema chese se di amafo ezifa ekopie mu ho no me Kennedy nya baby mpo na wode ne nai esi but trust me say enter say me so dwumedie so na update amu hia nyina no na me de asomom mukai ablekuma rerun of election e course so on the 11th of July 2025 chese ye sibrim hawa kumse na MPP amanyoko no ebi kwa wo mani ase papa ane onse me ka kire mo se ye minister for interior muntaka eyade a waka se enkrofo achese wo mu di nyamra sem nyina no ye be hwe se ye de wo mu begina ban anim na ene asotwe biara achese se fata se ye de ma wo mu bia no ye de ama wo mu ene wo mu kopie mu e wo Accra High Circuit Court na wo mu kopie mu onom no enipa 8 aye grabe wo mu no each person bia no before say ye be granted the bill no e wo se wotumi etua 80,000 Ghana cedis with two sureties ane enipa 8 aje say na wo mu ye involved wona no wo mu di mu ntintima aye sibrim hawa kumsin ene Lloyd no sankrofo no e yade aje say court agrant wo mu bill with 80,000 Ghana cedis each so and two sureties they bia one surety sorry they be ametena fidie man say me wasem bia me kan say wo the political party bi echi na de che ye de abaika we bi ehwa wonsa na ye de ukotwiri mu a e bia na wo firifi agese bi nemu e bia na wo firifi agese kapre mpo ya sem to ne ye ka so obi kura no embe 1000 Ghana cedis kura na enya de a wo mu benya wo bi to fom agese wo mu koto webusua kokoo ana say efie hono medan bi eda hono no wo mu siesie de mahan ansa ne yetumi de esie nipa ntiru ye nipa de sedi na so di politicians ye chi a aya no wa hwe wana motu ye aya no wa hwe abrabo a wo bo no wa hwe ne ye enkodi 1000 cedis ana 2000 cedis bia political party bi ye de be ma wunti na unkodi nsem no at the end of the day each person 80,000 Ghana cedis ebushia enya sam ketwa saso ena achenkwa na abrantie ye a wodi de juma e wo wuntumi TV helicopter crash ko so obetena ho be keka Kwasi asem keka nsemu no se ye man pedi excellency John Dramani Mahama helicopter crash ajase ko soro yade a woni mu bi ne ho bo mu bi ntino osi etumi grabe ye man pedi just wo betena obekeka keka nsemfo ne sema emfa kwemu amiami mu matena ha no mafaya in fact abrante no ebi akode ni so ankasa na nede ya me ne mo kase esu no sansu kopie mu wo court na ono so sika ajase dani tire so 100k ane enye sika keto 100k 10,000 ankasa na enu achire no ohia two sureties na two sureties no yesi e wosasa nipa mienu na wo mu gire mudi ama abrante nyina no wo mu ye obi achase wo ya abaye adwuma na ketua wo fom kura no e wo se eye 5,000 Ghana cedis nti sabre ya me ne mo kase di achenkwana na se wonya obi ajase obema ne this 100k na onya nkrofo mienu so mo begire mu se sureties a month bia no mo je 5,000 Ghana cedis dia and na just ne ho so na and so wo kwa ne se wo kwa beka ne yele ho ene ne ma ho e wa age so no ma tonsa edi ne wonya obi a so dia emza age se ye piano edi ne kohye nsawom abrante ekura de ne ho asem de ebuhwem se maka ka ntenye fi asana me ba be se madaje e wo ne ho mekọ so etufu wo ye yuta wesi so ni politician Mbiachi na sebi unkonyanya mras mabrante ekura wakọ remand 2 weeks owie 2 weeks no wakọ dem nso be 2 weeks anya asem ketwa na wo hye wo kasa ye yanka the end of the day no akasa ne ema we nyina no enya de a ebeto na Randy Abbey so sabre ya mena mo kase wonu so asiu abronye DC ya ne abrante na nanim huhu ne sepafo ne sesa gewu no ane eya de a chese Randy Abbey wonu ena ye pani a chese Ghana Cocoa board so we si abronye DC ankasa wasi abronye DC atra na abefo ntentan fidie yi so akeka nsem bi achese enya nokure e de afa ne ho na allegations ni bi e say wasi ya de Randy Abbey misuse public resources na wo wiensu a ende na anu ada wo so bi the report ba say Randy Abbey nkrofo achese no mo ye adwuma e wo Cocoa board no wapam wo na wo mu nim nyansa wo na wo mu nim ade wo na adwuma wo ma ya wapam wo nyina de wo makwa akogu fie da bosumisu bia na wetua wo maka no wafa party for ede wo mo ababewura Cocoa board adwuma ne mu na no na abronye DC a wo no so asem bia bekowu bia ma ne maache no wo no so beke bia on de jese de wise man in Ghana bia wo beso wo kire se wo evidence bia wo beso wo kire se asem na wo ka no yade wo nim de wo ka papa inti allegations a wo make ye ede se Randy Abbey wo no so tebrim na ade na kwa kopie mu wo court we the defamation of character ankasa was want to be MSMD na won fa wo hundi inti sika just sabre ya menemo kase eda abronye ni tiri so 20 million Ghana cedis so far sabre ya menemo kase de menye hu sa abronye disi ababo nti ababa respond but trust me say the moment update bia bebia no meba betena fidie manum say na medine nyina no asomo mokai akweti aba election nso ebuhwa nyame adoma September 2nd ebe koso no eno ada metena afidie maka chem se candidate ba ko a chese wo no ye friend ankoma ane wo jina de ma party ba ko a wo kire se onu kra de na document ni bibia de aye ready anka wo gina e de ama Action People's Party na wahwe senka nkrofa wo mu wakwetia e de kokromoti ne beto aba e de ama no na hwekọ wie ekire no na isi apamene ya na sambre nkomatwetwe bi akoso a emre eko nanim no sa nkomatwetwe ni nyina no medan de di e de akire mo saso e na another prophecy eno am de prophecy ba ko be shommo ene de ya me na mo kase boot for boot o shamia baby biara wo bia no mi chia wo ankasa enne so nenta se me so djumedi so na busua prophecy mu ode prophecy ajese hu ankasa mesa so e dia ba be shommo enta se me so ne de na jese prophecy no me dia pete honom e dia mamo na MPP amanyokuo ne so no sabre ya me no kase mbeka ya Kennedy ohene Japan beka ase nka wo mo album a edu mre se wo mo kwakoto aba e flag bearer wo mo use no e wo se wɔn tumi ɛyɛ nsesanye ɛwom wɔn de report by somewhere late last month say wɔn de wɔn gusu agye so wɔn de amanfo ɛka ho wɔn a ɛwɔ sɛ wɔn de kokromoti no ɛto aba ɛyi flag bearer ɛne de ya menemo ɛkasa esu de ɛyɛ ade agye sɛ wɔn de foforo sokora no aba beto meno no wɔn fa free article 13 clause 1 and clause 11 na wɔn constitution no ɛna ɛkyɛ sɛ wɔn national delegate conference anano ada wɔn yɛ ɛwɔ nkramantemu that is July 19 2025 no wɔn yɛ sɛ wɔn bɛyɛ nsesaye na saa bere ya menemo kasa nsesaye a wɔn ayɛ no ebi nie de edi kan ɛyɛ former regional and constituency executives nyame yɛ adoma wɔn bɛto abadi bi members of the National Council of Elders ebeto abani bi 30 members of the National Council of Patrons wɔn so ebeto abani bi and past national officers wɔn beto abani bi na yekomu nso am all former party card-bearing members of parliament, parliamentary candidates, ministers, deputy ministers, metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives, and MMDCs, and external branch executives. Sankrofoni nyinano. Eyadi a womdi kokromotino. Ebetua bani bi on the 31st of January 2025. Saso and a TESCON president. Each of the universities and mechanism schools such as war my Ghana mu just and they accredited yajia to muno yade just school be a TESCON ewo mubiano nyame adoma one more president ebetua banom ebisaso and a national TESCON coordinators all regional TESCON coordinators and a one TESCON patron from each recognized institution one more ebetua banibi saso and a each regional council of elders 10 patrons from each region, 5 members from each constituency council of elders, and 5 constituency patrons. Women in ano ediko kromotino ebetuaba on the 31st of January 2025. And all for officers that fall under the categories above requested say women in ano ebe submit womudi na womo akwa register. Say the ebeya nyame ya aduma on the 31st of January 2026. Shua sankrofo nyina no ede kokromoti no ebeto abani binti in fact make say Kennedy ohine Japan waye ade papa pesan say eye wono na ede sansem we ba abonti a wo kire say album no e wo say yetumi biemu na enipa hodo na etumi eto abani binti ne me hu say MPB amanyoko no meka ne say so far eye ade a wo mu etie efutu ankasa ebusia video wo hono ma che say amafo e kire de etie a wo mo do Kennedy na etie enne de no akwa kopiemu ewo MPP amanyoko no wo party officer wo mo kire se kokromoti no just wo mo di team so e de ama Kennedy ohine Japan wo mo kire se senye Kennedy a enya de a wo mo beto aba ebi e kire se sa buga bi a jese 2023 ye course no se MPP amanyoko no MPP benefo no se wo mu nim na sa buga na ekoso 2023 no wo mo sa so repeat sa buga na enya dia wo mo di kokromoti no ebeto aba 2028 en wo mo kire se wo kofa wo bi ba na se nipa na wo de ne ba ye no eya dia won nya de nipa na ade ne ba ye no wo bon wa there is no way se wo wadaje se wo repeat sa nipa ne biom en de ma bi kura kasa ya just se wo kofa ade na se wo ton na ade na wo ni de bi esi wutiri sho obi ento bia wo se otume sesa won sa no enti sabre se MPP amanyoko ne sesa won nsa no dia ende na de wo se efota se wo be lead no obetumi bua wo na o my God afa ne ntuma pefra eye nipa ba akope that is Kennedy wo hene e Japan ebi so kire se ne enti a wo mo do Kennedy a che se enne wukuada wo megai wo ma dia wo mo ye nyina no aba be pie mu e wo MPP amanyoko no head office a wo mo be bua na Kennedy o hene Japan wetumi a submit eye nomination forms they say Kennedy ya kukuduro ni Kennedy nchantro Kennedy nya corrupt Kennedy the assembly said yet no city pay no wakadi pay enu nti na wo nyina no wo manage Kennedy ho enne de ya menemo kase wo so wo mu ba be support Kennedy ohine Japan wo so wo mu be ko suedi na chia kosi se ye beto aba no wo wie na no wo sre delegate re se eja mu na nyame ya adoma mo kwa akwato abo abana amoko akwato no munhwe ye papa na mankoye mistake ananu adamu koye ni bi nipa wo sefata se eduru ho ba moto ma no eye Kennedy ohine Japan na de abusua se ye himi niasa emmonyome fenta Kennedy echidie enye easy kame ho ne yenkoe na yenkohwe ye ni so ade emra sesia.
Now we get Ghana for so I'm most funny and say, I'm not going to book it. Saka 2024, the honorable can buy it. I can hear opposition. I can if you so get a best buyer, yeah, candidate asana edi ko be yom candidate edi Mahama of enough edi Mahama of enough say enim na for you Dr. Mahama BAWUMIA edi ya ka adi maka Ghana for omo so aba no man na bio anya omo be no mo ya Ghana for edi say ya ka ewo we be paso enyi ya ka ebiom ya papa na nando obe ye na from here offspring is the region brother that was is the region ya nim na ya ko so brother that ya be ka opposition honorable king offspring central region offspring Ashanti region offspring water region because Katia crop and the honorable king ba looking for the number vote who here delegates of number vote I'm going to look for 150,000 looking for the number vote to the kind of number vote we will hear what population of 30 something million omo no mo say pa honorable king na be go about man and him na ye dey di ya di esi na ye fire su e kopo na ye ni kopo ni ka e dey be ka opposition ye to candidate for me na ye nya nipa obe ma ye power ye nya power na ye go be di there ye ko ka honorable ken o say na ni a o person ye ma o ma ye yi ni mra go be ye ma ye nya ko ko ta na ji
Ebusi aje se enne de MPP amanyoko the party office re ehonya eho butu o chese eho adane butu ankasa Kennedy supporters said o mesi fa storm honom no enya asem ketwa utie wo mokasa ni nyina na wo mo kire se Kennedy ohine Japan ye se ne dan de nyina me akura me tira fidie manu se me bone hu de ro ka no me se papa de wo ka no kura ankasa papa wo ye kukudurofo wo nsuro hwe papa kita record se kire se eyade je se nyuma de we bie ankasa wuti ayese ane yaba ye former president Kufuor dia wo ne dia wo jade to honom ye shoda na reda Kufuor ado a wo jane dia to honom enti ye sa so Kennedy ohine Japan ebeba na wono so na brese wo mfira be mu no na chese enwuma ne ade de no we bie ankasa ede ama yuta enne wo mu ne adwuma ye yuta enne wo mu tifie yuta enne wo makosuku be 3 to 4 years na nso ye mposi wo mu jidie shonko atimemufo nyina no ewo Kennedy ohine Japan mu no eno ena ama wo mu dudo na akwakopie mu ewo enkramante mu a wo mu nyina no ehwe nim se Kennedy ohine Japan ebeba be submit ne forms no na eja ensem biara opeso wo de tudwa bia so no wetimi ede atudwa Kennedy de enkrofo aka na Kennedy kasa ni how na Kennedy nya presidential material masa se ye benya wo bia enne ni sune ne ban be yete se jeje de ne obetia yen de ne obe correct ye na wo be bia adwuma maye na obe ma ye boto maye de na obe ma ye nsa atwumi akoya no a ebusua mi se ya meti henka mini problem esan se wo bi beba na nipa ne beba be dwene num de beba be kire Ghana for ni ye be ma na tere kunwa ne so 4 years 8 years na be kwa wie kire no wonja bibi papa bi amfa to ho mfa ma Ghana for de anka wo bi mra wo medi yatem na wo mebie ndwuma wo mesisi schools o me ye ne ma sefata chese tourist ne ade nyina no wo mesisi tourist site mfa ma ye na sikantumi mba hanom na sikantumi hyetimemufo ye botomu ma eno a ene ye ni hwade hu anase eno ane de ama yesu a ye tie mu efre Kennedy ohine Japan Kennedy de bia me ka me se sa atwa record na ya de okita wen ye fiansa me betena hanum se nima pensem mu ni ade na me tuo me nsam yihwi abrantie ya ye fre ni mrekudu kai wo grantee interview ewa asasi radio ene ye bisa ne se edebe mpa na wo Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA ho a ema Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA eye special na branche ne sha ase so wo kasa no na ma adwen yem se bia Kennedy ohine Japan ho asem no ka because me ye meti he se de na wo kasa ina ne bibia kire se nye Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA ne qualities anase bibia ma BAWUMIA eye special ene wodi tudwa wo kasa no wo be kire se Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA chese youth ne dana kuma so oyo obi a wo be bie ndwuma de ama YouTube na me say BAWUMIA ben na mrekudu ke yo ka na wasem Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA ya MPP for 16 years na anu ada election wo de anim gwase awie ba ye ana se Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA ben de ye nim na wo be cast one de no ye mate ne keke no ana se de na anu ade wo be share ye ma me no mo ma kola bose wo ba obe su toilet de ama wo mi ana se BAWUMIA ben de wo so ye economic measure ya so ye de Ghana man yokonu ye de Ghana ye sika sem nyina share ne nsa wo be wie we Ghana wa cast watch $1 no e dia hye dem e ko wie chire no na 1 Ghana cedi $1 e 16 Ghana cedis no anase Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ben asem no oka dia wo mama wo mote napko abesi ne 700 Ghana cedis impodo ye ntumi entua amfa ma napko fo no anase Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ben na wo wie ye no en wo che se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia dia wo wotema nam se mi hu se Bawumia wotema hu ye ka wo bia wo wotema wo bia je se ne nyonko hu kire na eye ne ya mi amiti he de minim se Kennedy ohene Japan esan se Kennedy aye niama bebra e kire se wo hu se wo bi hu kire na eye ne ya medibo kopie mu e wo konfa no chi a e wo honom empa wheelchair ni ade medibo kopie mu e nkramante mu so kopie mu e wo 37 military hospital eno so si e cardio center e de ma wo mu intini tima bempa na ne de no mrekudu kanani abedi jese wo chire mu na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wotema ena sisi ane nkrofo wo medi dem ni ade nyina no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia hwe wo menam ze masajai dedere jai kasa no de yeti memufuo ni nim ni se ni part so krasa records ne se ohun se ne nyonko hu chire na chese bibi ye ne Kennedy ohene Japan aside Kennedy ohene Japan candidate a wo mugire nyina no sa qualities a mrekuduka woni abiri ya jese wubrugu honumi emu bienu hono ma jese se na efata se wode ma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia mrekuduka se mimi ni wo makuma mu ye pa sa abrante ro wo yada Kennedy ohene Japan but onim se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no buga papa niam ekwobo ne kura wontumi nkanu ntirende wo simu yankwa ye ndi na chibisa na jese ndi ebia wo ba appointment ade wodi bia ma ba Kennedy de sese adwe mentality bi kitawa the moment obe wo appointment na abedi nkwasi asem no enter sa de nche na wo mra no na just ye yi wodi na wo letter da on man no nonsense man enti sa qualities ye mrekudu kana na ni abedi a no acheche mi ni ade ina no me amiti ye minim se ko Edema Kennedy ohine Japan credit no enko enfama asasi radio yenko na yenko tie mrekudu ka ensem emrasisia.
What is special about Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia?
Ni speciality. Oyebia. Ame ada oyem asem hia kese. O ma brabom you obi osuro nyankopon. Because obi onsuro nyame bia heartless.
Yeah.
Na me priority them the access nipa you obi a osuro nyame. Na oyobi a osuro nyame. Oyobi a oyede mesan second box or the ethic mam. Nye de oyobi a owo tema nye baze ibi a ohun hienya ohun mobor obi a ohun sabi obi a wezidama ohun mobor sisi ameka say amanfa wezidama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na radini sika zo hwewon tutu nara especially eko one a offending leprosy.
Yeah.
What adopting one onyende ibi a odwin the job creation job do be creating juma amamranti wetum aye obia sabi America vice president otum reference in there ada oda betimu po oda be ofata na me so what aba mama me so ba be bi ebi nsi da Africa ha the America fu betum reference something good or fi Ghana Africa ebi nsi obia America fu betum reference the na dwumu do na them drones nsem yo oda be of muja NDC fuka de oyaza okohwe mesafo wogwaregwaye look at this the man so abra discover oil and wa kohwesem no onso was adwongo obey no na them block ya them na excuses now them drones you know what okohwe nkofo ho egwaye and look at what he's doing even America wa reference and if you're asking me the qualities hwe ibia otedam otum creating juma and in juma no is not like there or you be a problem solver obi onku there sebe Ghana ha yan economy no se obituma ye ya gide yenya gold backed economy wotum adwena no obi an omma obi an tirim and this fu bae woroko ho gidi why those days one obedun gold pon because no our consolidated fund yeah bay and we need to ring fence the revenue stream of gold.
Yeah.
And you to minerals income investment fund and to MDF just to support the developmental agenda of the respective mining communities. Ye nama nipa odwin kwechir onye KKK na dwene defoma or create opportunities for people or create opportunities for his country. That is what we are talking about. Yenyu abrede Ghana baby ayakwa kodru we need to do better. Because Singapore now I was surprised. Inti yet Ghana na yakakade na Singapore per capita income na Ghana per capita income started the same. Inti do Singapore, will you ask the baby said the master man beka na mamobi anka bi obi nke be shut up, because on fat tampo there they to compare Singapore in any way, but yen nyina no what they akohoma body sika the same akoma body sika no de say yensa de yankobobra yen ye guanyi ma sepoto. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Oba, he's going to connect all regional capitals with train lines. He will make sure that this country, all the regional capitals will connect with train lines. And also, we need to expand Accra. Accra is congested. Now, say some of the ministries, say Agreka, who are predominantly with the into farming, we need to send it there so that concentration will go. Say energy, we need to send the energy ministry to a regional if you do oil, so that the concentration will be there. Lands and natural resources, where do you place it? Or not arguably, we better the land in this Accra. And the resources in Kano, now so baby, the land is also in Accra. We can even maintain it here. Now, that is how other countries we develop in Abidjan. No, a capital of Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
No, ye capital to call Yamoussoukro. Why? Now, Nama what was Abidjan, walk one to Tanko. But Yamoussoukro also Wabe Fiao. That is how you expand the country. Into Ipia or Kasa on Sharoba, nor Kasa or Kansama. Obama hope. He's the person you need to follow. He's a person you need to accept. Niye in Sambia when he had a manual 70, a yonya muniminia, and a yamanker, and a yamian quasam. But who can really work? Yeah, ma yere canina, my yere canina. Senyi panoso nye ubia accept people. It will be difficult. Now you'll be on who you want. Nobody will even come and suggest anything to you.
Yeah.
Some who you them I'm a lion. When no babonchen. So me can ye come obia or ye affable. So that is one of the qualities of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That is very affable. Abotum akawa sembiara is that channel. And that is what Ghana needs. Ye here obia sabi omano oye
Ebisi amreku duka ena yakwa kotie na bache se wono na adwemu ni de onim se woka qualities of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ba mi amiti he ne sema woka ye nyina no menim se eye Kennedy ohine Japan ho asem en woka because Kennedy de me se sade achi anopa na wo wonkra mantemu na wo kwa akopie mu e wo Ken City Media jese wo Madina Zongo Junction na wo hwe nipa jese wo mabodompem wo ebi beji wo mu school fees ebi bepe aduane e wo mu be kwa ni adia eyade ebeji wonsem yes Kennedy ohine Japan de wo bia nsuro no enye se bia wo ye obi agese nanim ye hu ni ade debi me say ye wo ye strict ne de ye to check the man 100% ba wo ka say ye po obi agese ne hu ye hu wo bia ye afa bo na agese obi abetumi akọ nanim na obetumi de nsem bia akọ akotudwa. If you want to become a presidential candidate, one thing you need to know say enye say ye was say ma obi akwanya ne mane ba wonche ntino na wo so de anopa na che se de so fa so bi ani so de emfa mo bi ambre Ghana fo kwa na wani abede a wo fefe wo se ho ne ade na anu adamia na mitira fidiem ha ena eyi abrante ye friend fanti comedy ya wo bekeka Kwasi asem edify helicopter crash nwe kwa wiechire wo so Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ko frɛ ye ekoma ye man the VIP treatment ye yi ni free baby odade no kotu baby for frage se na wo twa nanum wo ho. The fact that you want to become a presidential candidate or you want to become a president in this country and say you need to tolerate nonsense. Enti samadwe yam say ezan say BAWUMIA bibi kwobone kura wontumi nka no aka na no atum no eno no na ma ne ba be ya presidential material then you people are lying to yourself wo bi agese nkwasi asem kura no wo de esu nifa so kura na wo sresre na de sidi ene so kura na ebusu etu bi tani nipa off mpo enye no na sabre ya menemo kasem rekuduka sa saadwe ne na wo wutiri mu panti na wo di BAWUMIA chi dia then trust me say enye o man Ghana e na wo pani yie se saadwe na wo wutiri mu say BAWUMIA de wo muna o pese de o ye welcoming o de ehiafo ho ene ade ye wo presidential candidate wo no so de Kennedy ohene Japan na wo no so te saa na we no wan betumi ameka de obeba be bie enwuma na BAWUMIA no be ye vice president 8 years enwuma obi ye na wan amrekuduka 8 years na BAWUMIA no enjuma na wo bi ye na wan but Kennedy their records na wo honom inti saadwe na da tirim no masa fepe baby to we are ready see you support Kennedy and it is Kennedy and him alone wo bi no honoma wo kan sabre ya me no ka say there ya dia Kennedy ohene Japan was submitting the nomination forms no and was submitting na on the same tudwa na nsema wo di tudwa no en wo kire say MPP party no ade a wo no wo hwehwe nyina ye nkabom wase se motume ka mo huboma eyade a 2028 mo betumi edi nkunim wase ya be ya nyame ya adoma won the 31st of January mo be kwa akwoto yi se MPP amanyoko no eye bibia frenchem obi ya nkodi nkwasi asem obi ya nkobu obi ya nkopai obi ani ya nkodi nsemhunu ya nkoye na ya nwie bi mfema nipa ba akodi a wose ende di obere no obeti ase basemunim na mukwaye de mope na se de na anu ade kosi ye ma ala nkojo chairmanten wo free party ni mu ai ma wo ro Kennedy su ni bubefu ye be didi ni showdown e ba so be ma na do showdown be ma BAWUMIA showdown se saade ni bi kosi dia wo se ande mo sha sapo mu nsuo won ka se woni obi e ba be ko wo no asumje e na wo hwehwe e na sa asumje ni nsu na wo no Kennedy ohene Japan na hwehwe no empenifo moda party na no aba na ye kwa akoto no nyame ya adoma January 31st munhye na bibia amfo obi nsase munhye na nsemu bia ankosho munhye ni mankowie mu amanipa baako munhye na ballot papers manko stamp bi so amfa amanipa baako eye internal election wenye general election mu po obi obeba bedi party nanim na 2028 wakwa akwaje frank ane de aba na party no motumi abetena egwaso enye se presidential candidate na moshosho na se flag bearer bi na moshosho kekeo and they were the supporters ni na so akasa na everybody too dware say wasi asumje ye nyina ye nim say right after say MPP amanyoko losing 2024 election when it comes to Kennedy ohene Japan wa chese ne message ba ko na say preaching ba ko wo preach papa asumje de bia wo kasa e the for peace home. Say unity our party ni mu a bibia betimi akokama ba wetime wakame na BAWUMIA supporters e fire na Brian dey fire na Kennedy dey fire wose ye no kwa de eyade a entumi emboa eye MPP amanyoko no na no da metra video ma no ze meka jam say Brian e champions si ane de what free o share Brian ati free yankasa Brian e champions wonti obi ya case ene e BAWUMIA supporters amone na ma ba fonte video show na mudi nsebu no mudi nkwasi asem so wono no e the tribal conflict e ba o mamu no was wonti mu case na mo BAWUMIA no wo bie no hono ma wa support ne e chen ono Brian e champion ba eniema bi wo hono ma wono ankasa mu watena se adwunu wo ehunu say yesa so e de BAWUMIA ba nya de e babua wasi is still region 2024 election no support BAWUMIA wo disika support BAWUMIA mpo eche na nado danko ekufu ado e na sansema na anu ada na nado so be ka say wo be win 2016 election ni paja so funding no ni pa wo support ni ni bottom sika ebua ne papa e yo no Brian champion se na anu ada ko shia e na nado danko ekufu ado kwa no wo ma twetwe nkomo edifa ho was Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia waboa ne Eastern Region honum 2024 election osi nipa ba ku bia kra no o ma ne $1,500 a enya asem ketua na this time no wono bre na wabre wo party na ya di oba bedi Bawumia chi o debi waboa party no enu ntu wo sere se eduru honum nso atimemfo efa kokromete no ento abanfa ma no yenkwe na yenkotie Brian Champion Sabeja wono so editu dwa no emra sesia.
Dr. Bawumia's primaries in 2023, he didn't bring a penny into Eastern Region. I paid every single penny for him to become flag bearer of this party. He didn't pay the penny. He didn't pay a penny. All the constituency executives, everybody collected how much? No, the primaries 2023, the dollar. How much did you collect? Everybody collected $1,500. Super delegates. Yes. Super delegates. Yesterday I was in Kumasi at the Otumfuo funeral. Not him, but the Queen Mother, Ashanti Queen Mother's funeral. And I met President Kufuor for dinner, and he said, yeah. Yes, he will say, what funding party no say will be, and I'm saying, aye. Because in 2016-17, you said that I was the single largest contributor of you coming to power. You said it. And it is a fact. 2024, and I am telling you that I funded Dr. Bawumia more than I even funded the Kufuor. Yes. I'm happy that 2/3 of the people here are from the Eastern Region.
Yes, sure.
And all these things that I'm going to tell you, I've told, this is the last region. So I've met 14 regions. And this thing that I'm going to say,
Era Brian Champion and yakwa gotie den sem abano enti wo kire aje say you constituency executive bia wo bia de $1,500 e de bushia papa yo always kapao say each person bia de $1,500 dia na je say yes kaketo na say ba Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 2024 Brian Champion support one what did he seek support say na say Brian Champion was one for the panya so dia na je say what to bia na say what to be now Brian Champion na ga say this whole tribal conflict here yes what the be ya na what trend papa and on was saba but was say Bawumia supporters and ye de mo be kana me Brian Champion ebebu mabemo debi for now no dey I am focused mo candidate ya Bawumia no ya de ne baaye wamboa party no man prusi no kusase ntokwa ne yenka say yo no ne nam ne so na ntokwa ne baaye ba won dey ya wo na tum and the moment I want to tum ye de ne ba 100,000 ye de ne ba 200,000 times santo kwa ne tu nyantwa ye de kusase fo beka se ne ye de ne ba sisi e ma prusifo benya hapan enti wo mo fa kokroboti no ento aba emfa ma no enti ono ba na champion de ne nsama waka na anu ada wo gusu agina ho no ba for now ne de oye focus na ye ne na ma be fo ntenta video se bra Bawumia beka se wo bia nka de obetumi aye de obetumi aye no wo obetumi aka na member na mbe attack on na bra no obrede ama party no before the 2016 election ne de obi ehun se oye man prusi ni obi ehun se oye kremoni obi ehun se ne wo kedi semira Bawumia so eyade a won ye ga nanim na oye ye no wo be ka rich ideas Kwasi Kwarteng say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ayeye wate rich ideas be na wo aje say 16 solid years when to be antons are rich ideas be na wo honuma wo bia ye ma be ye vice president for 8 solid years when to be antons are rich ideas na say when to be afasa are rich ideas no afam boa na nado dan kwaku fado na ka wo be ye flag bearer de ma MPP amanyo ko 2024 when to be ampran ko wanim na when to be anim kudim wo so no sa rich ideas ne ade no o ti ana je se bibi ya ye no eno will say, Debia Mekura say, if you wanna be a leader, you need to accept criticism. Was it Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA way? And the papa be a bad party will be idea your no, but the one be a chess a course where PP party no, and no was a son Yaman Kwana, a Yana BAWUMIA no, and money like a cross over Saba flag bearer, Cradiama MPP Amanyo Koni 2028. Warrior watcher said, Ghana card de baye, Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA Ghana for you ass one on the baye, drone that year by an annual Hana Bishu Becas woman de baby chat a yama woman jalady a day, and also dear BAWUMIA, Edge ho fans and now Mr. Digitalization. One on the baye until the most send for money, young jumpy, yeah, BAWUMIA, and there one day straight one ambulance, day, BAWUMIA should be the time and yes, say, a ya one on the baye, just said, Bibi Papa be a quash one another than Kufuado Nabe Mubiano, BAWUMIA see no dear account. Nanya ma bonne ya ba ye dia ba mi asio me ba cho me de minimo she me na me ye mate keke ani mate me kra no economic management team anu ya na mu ka se me na me da no me na me ye mate keke ye ba tufu o mu mpo yanka nkire me ye ba be ye ba to light bill mu yanka nkire me chese bibi bonne biara kwa so na na do dan kwakufu ado abe mu bia ba o mi aso no de woni moshe oye saint ankasa neno ena eja you Kwasi Kwarteng wono so ekasa ede makanede ohine Japan wejina so dia tutubi de mu ade ankasa ede ama BAWUMIA no se masa jajajaj de wokeka ne jade wokeka no woye peni a e wo se ne ma bone bia ye akasa waye wutumi gitum na wo accept na ne obepa Ghana fo chewa so Ghana fo e wo se me ka se me ba o man Ghana economy no meye ne ye ba unfortunately ne ma jimisem mesramu o we de mikita mu nemu mafom momate momfa nchemi na bi nsibio neti memufu ehun se wo ba be patron ye do bo na echewa ye do bo na echew na ade bibi boni biara be kwotwi be kwbrema bia we de wo su nim ho hye na jese wo na ye nsamfa wo mra se be ye flag bearer no ade papa ben e na wo ye o se rich ideas ndi ye fantu baby na Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA rich ideas bi enu honom wo be yanko ye ne dada ye se kwatere kwaso wo be mantoma e ye tie ni di 8 years won to me afa rich ideas number enye 2028 and other rich ideas biara ebeba video credit no enko enfama GH1 TV wo madaroma ene yetuminya video yi bia ye show ye de show mo e Kumasi online TV Tik TV and a Friends of Ken TV yanko na yenkotie Kwasi Kwarteng sem no emrasisia.
AGBA sat in the city you're sitting in last week and says that Dr. BAWUMIA's rich ideas are so rich that Ghana cannot afford not to have that man in the seat to implement those ideas.
So those rich ideas, when did they come? After 16 years of political leadership? Or he had them and he couldn't have the space to implement them or what?
Yeah, he was not the driver.
Nana Akufo-Addo suma our mami of the economic management team no so emma me semi so na o mami sa space no mitumi aye ejuma aboa no so we are very happy with the exchange rate no.
You see, this whole point about, let me tell you, one of the greatest trademark of every great leader is your ability to own up to responsibilities. You were not the driver, but you say Ghana card, you did it, right? You were not the driver, you say E-Gate, you did it. You were not the driver, but Bank of Ghana, you did it. You were not the driver, but everything that borders on technology. Of course, I mean, the economy was not doing well. When the economy was doing well, he arrested the CD and gave the keys to the IGP. Is that not the case? But when the economy was not doing well, he now became silent on the economy. No, at that time, he's a mate. Then, or if he was not the driver, how come a lot of things they're able to attribute it to him? You see, for me, that argument is not only illogical, but it's also completely unintelligent. The argument that you elect and select what you want to own up and take responsibility for. So Akufo-Addo was what? An evil or what? No. You see, I've always maintained that Akufo-Addo's legacy and track record is going to even take us into 2028. You see, Akufo-Addo, I mean, like any human being, like I indicated, has a strengths and has a shortcoming. Look at the election result that I just showed you. 5.8 million in 2020 to 6.7 million. You think Ghanaians didn't know what they were doing? In 2020, they still believed in him. Akufo-Addo's popularity started coming down post-COVID, the last 2 years, where things went south, the economy had almost broken, and it was even a prophecy that he had earlier given, when he said we know how to bring back human lives, sorry, the economy, but we do not know how to bring back human lives. Yeah. It was a projection that the economy could break down. But when the economy broke down and things had gone south, and the ordinary Ghanaian felt that for us it's bread and butter issues. We don't care whether the economy is, we don't care whether you cause it or not. But for us, we need things to start running. Ghanaians didn't care. They didn't even care about the comparative analysis that was being done, comparing our situation to the rest of the world. In that case, if you're a leader, sometimes frustration may also set in. And of course, I mean, a bit of posturing and other things too was something that maybe we could have improved as a people, and also most importantly, communication. But I've always maintained that the best president we've ever had in our history is President Akufo-Addo. Take his manifesto, go through the promises that he gave, and tell me which one of them he did not honor. Maybe in terms of satisfaction or fully implementing those policies, he was not able to. But I mean, things are hard. So there is e-levy, there is betting tax, there is DDEP. You have to take responsibility, apologize to the people, and tell them that it's just situational, and with time, things will change. But if you come and say that I am not part, those ones are my boss, do you think people will trust you?
Interesting. Well,
Kwasi Kwarteng wakasa Edema Kennedy onhene Japan ena yakwa akotie ne nsem ewo GH1 TV abasisi a wo kire say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so wo rich ideas 16 years ni then na rich ideas no wo de ye enye na chese wako opposition and wo ba be kire so wo rich ideas won ko bi adwuma na won fa ma na eja ne nkwala wo be employee wo mo no wo mo hwe so wo betumi aye adwuma so wo betumi aye de na Ghana no wababa ka Ghana for budget. And I am still wondering, say, baby, I have a bedroom do we have people who still think that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the rightful person? Wabe to me, Ababa, my Ghana, Sikasem, and to me, Ejina Braniana, me, I'm a party, meaning said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, or Feli Ghanaians, or my Ghana for your sassy form, and some Brana MPB Nyawini election that is somewhere 2025, 2026. Now, what can never Ghana for who say, hey, any about me, my dear papa, just say, ye go find if you Bank of Ghana, and then buy ye. In the said, there was if I Cassane said, was if I had $1 no, not just a near my betting ya pay their money. But ABRONYE fan from 2016 to 2020, dear, oh, Simwe, na ya 2020, abani ye kwasi 2024. Actually, ye said, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, now a year economic measure, no, now feed your papa, baby, or digitalization, hey, papa, digitalization, Ghana for a show, on Tessa, or my Ghana economy nimpo dear. Hey, one more one pobium. Hey, yeah, Cassena, eh, Bawumia, $1 ya, which ye, when we are key at a dollar, eh, Janissa, oh, Bawumia, one come even as at the time, warrior campaign in Posa Ghana for Fakukumatin to about money 2024. Baby, and one my Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, walk Jina ya, or Kaksaye, and foul my God, the economy. No, baby, obey Jinebia, digitalization, and what that, Metzna video, my besides. And what form would the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia? Would you mess them ye, Papa, pass a comment session? I say, Mon Cardia Bako part 2024. Now, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, a preacher, said to me, for to about their money, dear, whatever ye, single one in Pono, Ebushia, Obian Kaibi. Not just a message, and now as at that time, now what on, nay, be a modru, free senior high school, Mudi Ghana for Ashumana 2020. Yes, and another down Kufado to us, and what was but not 2024. Said the economy minister for Tia now to be Safa free senior high school. From Bedada, Ghana for Ankasa, and ye two about Editia John Dramani Mahama in 2016 and in 2020. By ye shed Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, ye be who says ye ever sapa to about the Bawumia, so maybe Meku and Kojo Toddy. And ye about Dana, John Dramani Mahama, na ye Pame and say, while born or the doom shop at the Ghana for Conramo here about my animal. And then Kayanko Fan son say, there were ye economic measure yampono, Wamati Memufo, Yensi from Wame Kwami Queen. One more mining wire ding, and it said 2024. I'm out for what to a say boom, 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 boom. Adama, John Dramani Mahama Sano. It is such or rich ideas in the year. It was your rich ideas in 16 years. Ye and I 8 years obey a vice president. Ye enye de na MPP amanyokuo no eko opposition and oba be kire se or rich ideas sanko obehye ye man kenye ne no obehye ye man ko hye ye ma da metwa so edi amamode a na je Kwasi Kwarteng ya wasan tutu bibiom asa so di amabawomia na nanu adabra champion ni statement you be make ye say kusasi ni man proof ntokwe ena Kwasi Kwarteng ye ka say oh asema ka Brian champion ka ye eye no kro boni bi enim de obi obejire bebi aka say asema Brian champion ka ye boni bi wom no sa nipa no ye kohini asema Brian champion ka ye ne boni pa ne say won ka bibi boni bi asema o ka ye no eye asema je say ye no kre eye asema eda honom ye nyina ye nim BAWUMIA sole anu odi ni data the data is there. It is a doctor Mamudu BAWUMIA ankasa ndi ase dia and they not just want to fa no onu ankasa enkohwe data no won kohwe data na wo behu ni sem 1992 ebesi 2024 MPP nko election a chese nim gwase awie poto sei ebi chichire MP before kon de biara da no onu doctor Mamudu BAWUMIA de ye ka ye beka ni se oh anokwa de you victim of circumstance wo you victim of circumstance kura na asam no kura enya de ye betwa ntro kusasi fu anto abada afama no wasaba mamprusi ni kusasi ndokwei enya de eba bejai no ma ba be kase na BAWUMIA ye mampru be se wasaba kusasi fu no wo mfa kokomotine nto aba mfama no na wo wie ye na ende so obe kire ye history kakra na history ni mo no ene wo ba be ka bibi magana fu nyina no ya te se e ba ne tribal and then religious politics there eyade wo ye eyade ye ane fa shoro so eno adabra ne champion ka say sanka wonu wo ye aka ni no ene ye ba beto aba ene wo ka kire ntimemfo nyina say media me ye aka ni ntimi di vote ne ebeba na ekwo wie kire bra ne champion na fa vote na manke busu sa brenka yaye ni say yaye ne def kaya kuna nkasa kasa be ya bobra de champion ya bada se duemu kaya mpekurasi ye beti de die so ye beka se wo ya kan ni na one vote number na de na Dr. Mamudu BAWUMIA de gentle gently one de one vote number na Ghana for ye ka wo bi ambasi ye beke according to Kwasi Kwarteng was asema brand de champion kaya on de obo sema kasa edema brand champion entro bi enim na asem we Kennedy kura kwaka ibebusua ye be huru Kennedy ankasa na nya asem ketwa na chese de bia me ka asem we me say enkrofo wa MPP party ni mo they themselves they know say BAWUMIA you cannot sell BAWUMIA if you sell BAWUMIA kura you not even get any profit you not even get a buyer but anam niema ba kumienu binti no wo me nyina no wo mu ni choice wo mu di ekire sa brand champion so no di BAWUMIA echi and okay was who just sika just was said BAWUMIA campaign na ready akra wan say sikasa na so no ehun say sorry onu ehun say there be se me de BAWUMIA sa ba se mi be di BAWUMIA chi emmoa edutwum ya former education minister no ndi BAWUMIA chi na afie ko wie che omo akase nim se BAWUMIA ne ye ton na timemu fompe nti minim ne nti eso na wo mbese wo de BAWUMIA ebe chichire Ghana foko e de Kwasi Kwarteng je so kasa ne makene de ohine Japan ye urade abusha ensem de wa probi e de gu hono mankasa no so credit no enko enfama GH1 TV yenko na yenko tie ensem no emra sisia
oh religion doesn't play tribalism doesn't play that barometer report didn't say that. He said that religion is about 18%. Musa Dankwa also says about 11%. So the data, he's a data man. Brian recently spoke the very hard truths. Unfortunately, he's been criticized by the BAWUMIA team that he's engaging in tribalism.
So what Brian said was the...
Let me show you a data. They should project one of the data on I don't know if they
yes, we do have that, and so we'll get that.
Yes, this one.
Shortly. This one.
Yeah, this one. You may be a victim of circumstance, but this is the MPP presidential votes in the Kusau zone, 2016, 2020, and 2024. You check Zebila, 18,000. Yes. Then it went to 15,000. Then Dr. BAWUMIA in 2024 had 4,000, from 15 to 4,000. From 15,000 to 4,000. Binduru, 8,000, 10,000, from 10,000 to 2,000. Boko Central, 19, 20,000 to 13,000. Depreciation of about 7,000 votes. Then you come to Pusiga, 11,000, 12,000, 10,000. There's always a downtrend. Garu, 8,000, then he went to 3,000. Tempani, 11,000, 14,000, 6,000. Now look at the cumulative figure. 78,000, the cumulative figure, 78,000 to 81,000.
Yeah.
Then, from his boss' previous performance, divide it by 2.
That's 40,000.
Yes. And you tell me that it didn't have an impact on you. If it didn't have an impact on you, so you are also jettisoning the press conference that was also done by the Kusao community, cautioning and threatening all Kusao not to vote for Dr. BAWUMIA. That one, if maybe from your own data, you say it didn't have an impact. Now the data does not support that. Well, the tribal conference did not have an impact. It supports that analogy. But I'm saying that even going beyond that, we also heard of the press conference. It's in the media. It's in the media, and I have it here that the Kusao people said we shouldn't vote for you. So what are you talking about? We are not saying that you engineered the war. We are not saying that you caused it. Of course, you have been blamed by the Kusao people that you are behind it. I mean, it's a sensitive area. I've been there. It's not an area that I'm comfortable talking about. But the principle that I'm raising is that it is not true when people tell you that in terms of voter behavior, it's not influenced by tribe and religion. Voter behavior has always, all over the world, been influenced by tribe and religion. Barack Obama, when the Americans demanded that he has to show his religious identity, whether he's a Muslim or a Christian, he has to let them know that he even takes communion, right? This is America proud themselves, they are human rights, they are open, there is fairness. Having women sue twice on their ticket in recent times, Hillary and Kamala. But they voted to demonstrate that America is a male country. Why? That is the poster, that is the culture of the people, that America is a male country. So, in this country, haven't Mrs. Kuredu stood before? Having ever had women, why didn't you vote for them? Are they no more women voters than male voters? So, the culture of the people, the religion of the people, the values of the people always come to play.
Right.
And Dr. BAWUMIA wants us to accept that he only works when he's contesting for primaries. But when he loses the general election, and we are using his own data to point to him that, yes, you may not have engineered any war. We will refer to you. But in terms of the results, it may have a persuasive influence on you. People then throw in a very weak and unintelligent analogy by saying that, so if you go to other places, you did you also call. You see, the point is that if people don't come out to vote for the presidential candidate, they won't even come to the polling station to even end up voting for the parliamentary candidate because the election is conducted at the same time.
Right.
You go to places like Western North, the Hafos, reducing in votes in 15 regions, with the exception of North East. Yes, it still took the Kan communities and the Kan regions.
AGYAPONG Kwasi Kwarteng and Yasanso. He's just a victim of circumstance. As I'm not just a Brian Champion Kayen. And one of the hardest truth pa and a wakanisano. But if you any asama wakayen no kre Trodo. Mesha si ane mekachira musen nano yabe kwankra mantemu na yakwa kwatwetwe enkomo e dia fa Kennedy AGYAPONG and de ya just was submit a nomination form the sabre ya me ka say e ade Florence ewa ahoma ne so agese be mana kwa ba shonko e dia ba show down jumedi so Florence
nana ya ta
bibia ba ko de
ya me adum bibia e kwaso pa
eniema te say ewo honom.
So far, so good. You say, you better be now. Abba, you hear that 70 million. Police are crying at the attempt to take one of what you put there. And I ever tell you that Cooper break a phone. I don't so. I went up and so what they call it. I just want a NTV. I'm not your photo. I know what I'm about to say. And now about that. And that was I saw. Then the phone slow issue me. And I think so far, so good. Ate abadasa na le hata wa ubete mu ewo enya enkakubi master mu mecha NPP party office ya so when ni be sha dia party for domo a o ma bo prochepa ababa be temo ewo ate de na le hata wa enya tam getu akwa enya tam meka enya de meti so far so good eni papa amaka de papa asomo eni papa de na mo eti ajeni ajeni
Okay, Florence, not just a yet to was here, Kennedy or in Japan and the day no, and young crime phone kwan, a question or maybe free different regions, Romanano, Abba PM1 Cramante, Mampi Piamano for the party office.
Nana ata wa mese anyata kwetu afraya baka ni tetu wede weno so ba so ku anyanga info no mu hosti program no na mo mo je ayata so for me je ku ma so for na program of the mu ba so na ye nyanu aya mo se ni so ku aya edite mu ta ma le bole ga ta ba na meje any way di na no aya je mu de na ko ababa de mu e ma ta so ko ko ti ta brande aba so ana se Aboy na no ababa de temu e wo ti meje ya ti anya kwai ofwa na go ti jeje de na e na mo de odo e na ko ya baba be ta ye be ke de abu pe ko ta pon e ti na mo ke so mo ye anti ko ye wo ye na no mo ti ko o mo e ye anti ko e ko ye ra ko na ko de ta ma ti de ta ko mo tu every anti ko abo ye no mo say so ye ra ke de abu pe ko ta pon wo ye ni ti so the entry to my not all the two here. Yes, I know what that's and I have attended a program for you to let their entry so also at your at your media and a boy and go about fire attended a program for upon the entry over and I don't want and I just to let you know my mouth for the house and I'm out for every entry time and I feel I love to get some the type for the whoever the game was, sing on the almost a year. I can't let them put it up. And I had any get on that woman. Yeah, I love me. Join you to yourself. And I can find the woman to the part as my never I will get to it for the doctor.
Okay, now Florence, what can one seven was stress, be free temale, be free yendi ni ade che se enkremofo na kasa mu no, wa ma ye ready say wa mo support Kennedy or in Japan.
And I had that one for so why I had the one I ever get that large man with
Nemprofo.
I had your way now about that Kennedy who went upon the thing and the sound which was a job. And I tell you, Kennedy who went upon the for a I can't hear a doctor like my with our fire. I tell you, my friend, I bet you should be a apa ya tane mani na di apa ma obo eni so mo je I don't know what to about them and na say you can dey akoko e Japan.
Okay, na enipa hodro so wo mu nyina no aba be pie mu e wo e honom no wo bisa wo mu bibise e de be shonko pa na wo Kennedy hunti a ene wo kuoda wo meje wo mu bibiara wo mu ye bi free asante mantem e bi free e pueye mantem ni ade nyina no wo ma ba be pie mu nkra mantem yi.
Manayawa ya pepe o efetuka ta eslitika na sutu the property eslitika na sutu ya pepe no ye na ye dem ya fa aba ye for NPC delegate conference ka ya fa ya nsapo ya rakene da ku pepe Japan odilitika the kwa aya aba ye for tanko and the Talaji Mahmoud any NPC for the people any of the delegate said they are going to about and that takes the ground time up for the every man ever the general party ever can get with the phone. The jumping from on my new one. They never bet what that person say about it. She my party ever get it. I could check with your phone and you get with the mission. Therefore, I might penny for one bar for the ever can it. I could check with your phone at the mission. And you know what we're getting. I get the piano. Actually, I don't remember. And I'm out of the Yaya by any show. I had that papa no at the back of my that's who and ama didi editi tani be and support that I said that you want to choose not to cut that anti mayo for now you with Eti okunan agama eti amayo kota jabaya aya 2028 election ya na ngene da kupe kwete kwa ebe eti amayo kone ni ya tuke aja braga na bayo emo maye eti ani tine da ma ko pe ngene eti bi ebe tebo awo mahako
na just amafa wo mo ho yina de wo mo hwehwa ne said delegate ebeto aba no e de ama Kennedy ohene Japan nyame ya do my January 31st 2026 na wo mo so ato aba ne de ama Kennedy 2028 wa ba ya mampeni
Sana ya sawa wouldn't be big ya shot that your final emu aya dena enipa otapa tata Ghana na to aba edman we ya Kennedy abu pre Japan we that injuma would watch you take your one person or a businessman na make item be there to be ya say the next one do not person your man na so wo ba be Ghana sick and emu ono plan no that wo ba on give payment Ghana say but the try on top of the money as on my penny no oba enya dia wo be de na pepe ni we ti le so wo be de ndu awo go eya na sanenda me te edwa de ye twem ya and na on eya ni tani ko ina no eji na chi akọ the factory that wo dia we de ewo o man no Edi kwacha Ghana mining now say eya dia wo no ba wo ba no oji ni ka wo owo doti money ka ono ti ana pesa Ghana ko na etu aba edema no na bla wo ka so me ka say muni na no say akoko ya do on the 31st of January 2026 the delegate for ever for aba wo so wo mo ko de e ko mo asra wo mo say omo tu aba no efa e ma no omo tu aba no man no one of the delegate ko no mo tu aba e de e ma no ya dia wo ba ba to Ghana edi e ma Ghana ye pre na Ghana so asan ayeta e dia ma Ghana.
Okay, Florence, meda was ye papa mi akasa me hwemfo ni ye bia wo de sende me said ya mafo esifo ehuruhuru said ya mafo e kasa se wo mu hiansesa ye Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA de wo mu mpedi biom ni ade no e kire se Kennedy a ene obi a kire se wo mu nyina no wo mu epe de beto fo be firi honu bia na ya de e mesa so edwane aba beto a wo de ja wo de aso betiefo ene mahwefo nyina
Nana answer wa bibi abeto for me ya ja me dini na no ede eba me make sure Kumasi online TV AGYAPONG etie elina ya beto for me ya ja me dini na no eba so mo
okay me da wasi ye papa Ebusia Florence ena sabre ya menemo ka say owo enkramante mu achese ebibia manyokuo no wo mo party office de ekọ so e wo no mebra Kennedy ohene Japan e submit eye ne forms no en wo boni nyina tofa ama ye nyina no ya so etumi atibi wutia chese enye enkrafo anko ebi free Ashanti region ebi free Northern region ebi free Central region ebi free Brona Hafo region na ene Wednesday kura na yeda yedi be kwa ye adwuma na wo hwe sankrofo we nyina wo megye bibi biara wo mo ye no makwa kopie mu ankramantem yese ne e basese na ebuhwanya basese ketwa and ye basese ba se people when yankrofo ya base wo mo debi enkrofo wo mo se wo mo wo gidie e wo do sonko e de ma Kennedy ohene Japan wotie Florence a wo se in northern for kra na wo ma ba be pie mu e wo ankramantem no wo mo sama wo mo kanyina nse ebra wo mo kwa ahokyeremu ebra na niema mu aye den e northern region no na ye wo candidate a wo no de tu ne ho se wo ye northern o ye kremoni ye kremofo beto obade ama no na so ebra wo mo ho kyere wo mo no e ya de asa candidate ri watumi akwaye wo mo moa bia Kennedy ohene Japan na wo no ni free asen Kennedy no free central region no wo no ene tu fa ekopie mu e northern region okwaye wo mo adoye eno ntiri wo mo tumi ntina northern region honom sa keke debi senne Kennedy ohene Japan so was submitting the forms there ene na wo mo nyina asoro wo mo jaide wo mo ye bia no ma ba be pie mu ho ni esi youth no emebro no we busu ejai wo mo nyina no so wo mo agidie dia wo bo be ba bia ndwuma en wo mo hwehwe na wo mo gidie hwe ne se Kennedy ohene Japan ono nko a ene obi a wo betumi aye sa adoye we nyina no e dia ma wo mo ebusua me sha se me ka kire mo se enne de ne so prophecy me de ba na prophecy no ekọ e dia ma nipa ba ako na ebusua se dia prophecy no anu ohye papa Anosio. Enye wo mo de ani bio debi prophecy no anu ohye kura che ye no ade na me de ba ye no na before ansa na me de prophecy ne be so mo no akwatia by election near Busha Nyami Aduma September 2nd Ebekoshin. Ade achese political party your friend Action People's Party. One more candidate one more presenter na your friend Ankoma. Ebeto be fonten time fidie no so say ade achese easy. One more pam ni die free mu say ye hwe nkrata ne ade na. Chese ye se ade ba ko pe no kra ye se tax clearance form. Ade ebi ni manu ntino. One maka je say one tia fomo onsi na contestant road to me e meka wo mo ho just wo no so etebrim ya de kopie mu e wo court na wo de kopie mu wo court anu wo hwasanka court enfa injunction enfa ntosho no sabe ya mene mo ka say yade national communication director e de ma Action People's Party wo no so de nsem bia tudwa ye friend ni no ye friend Debra na Debra ne nsem a can say was one no who is say you kududu bi ade je say kokosho say niema bi je say sisia no dai na di wa kwatia no ono who say bia enya bokosa je say kwan ya wo mo fa strategies wo mo candidate wo mo present no wo mo ma ni si fom no wo ma dwe ho a wonte ase eno to wakotena Nit FM ene ne ebusua wo bo nchiremu ene nchiremu no ja ya chinkuro yi credit no enkonfoma Nit FM a measure so be ka me ho ne na yakwa akotie abasisia ne ye ba na ejambe commission atoa mo so yentie emrasisia
ati eye Kenneth Nana Kwame Asamoah the party no enti danzo
nyankopon medini
now mona mode injunction akoto akotia by election.
Yes, the east is not being fair. East in your fair cry into no. Yes, say baby emra wono ye nkyene adwen tete ebisa for tax clearance certificate.
Every mo candidate no.
If you candidate.
Mo candidate ni hwan?
David Ankoma.
Yes,
he's okay. Very popular. A very popular pan
Wakweti.
Yes, very popular pan Wakweti. But I want to say we hear adwuma under the tent of the government. We not buying a year adwuma. You pay tax. You toll tax. In so case of the tax clearance certificate. Any pan so your tax. You see, Tete.
A deputy commissioner.
Yes. Right. Now, interestingly, our friend of Crown Song, I saw the strange number friend and son of before. Call. Only pakuni to your tax. You the tax. Also pay tax clearance certificate. Or yeah, Juma. Or Sabine say, and a businessman there. Then Mark, wait, Mark, so or a businessman to this tax clearance certificate in the bra. Until you say, baby, I'm Rawan, Mark, you and China again. That's a moon in our court. Now, Udu Akotian Pessoa. Said no, David Ankoma popular. No, be any no minim say ye MPP, say ye NDC in a home. Because I think 1 week ago, say you could share a place from the IGP. Therefore, a friend is saying, Kofi Akpalu, Nkrofor by, Yensu Yekoy, the MPP Koy, the NDC Koy. Kofi
Akpalu, the Omar withdraw from there.
No, at that time.
Okay, that time.
You could share. And I'm Mr. Tebisa and so, ye nipani niana. Say, yen qualifier, anki. Yen kunshia your friends IGP and as a police from paying for. Yeah, ballot yet also 3. If a 9 minutes you also see what you film. Now see what you film pona say.
From the reason is
tax clearance form amber
certificate.
Yen so you can your council. You nim say you need to your tax or a health worker. Into the tax. Yet tax. In so case of a tax clearance form, then it means say you are not being fair to the person. Say I'm going back on a businessman. I only abandoning your juma. Then good case. So only abandoning judgment. So no bet my insist to help a tax clearance form because all kinds.
That's what to me the pay slips are
absolutely. Yeah, the BBS and I called Bossman, my friend Bossman, and I said,
you still need tax clearance certificate now.
That's what is insisted on. And I answer say so far as when back when you man at the hospice of the government no to tax and quantity. Yet no. And besides. So all kinds say 127 regulation 8 now, or see if the person pays tax and now making preparation to pay tax. It's in quote. You say we are making even preparation to pay tax. Almost my on the 18th or say on the 18th. On the 18th, no, almost sending a message in 5:12 p.m. I did say on the 19th they were demanding for it. It's in everything shows there is something fishy. For me, it is not being fair, Chairman Anna. me chairman a friend on fa me national organizer sa hin friend on fa na oni me strange number no me friend na fa oh me nim ne share chincho won mo yesa me nim say David so popular wakotia ne dia ye mpese be reading minutes into it but ne can say baby emra wo no ye nkyina adwe enu nti ne de injunction akoto so no visual hot ye nyina obi antwen
an injunction much secure
ya file yes so 28th of August no yes on better so
okay 28th ne yawa down
yes yawa down we
are into court in the better so
until we are hoping and we know say
elections in the Benada fast tracking
and must say dividend come part of it
now
what your tax into who insisted say tax
is that the only reason here
that is the only reason from the EC and then EC reason on their mind and I answer actually say on back no your tax. So far
as show evidence,
yeah, the pay slips, everything. Let's say, your tax. So what else again? Strengths we are waiting in our if you that person pays tax at the end of the year. Today, then I'm going all because David is so popular. The MPP, the NDC, OBN himself, or a popular NC and accident. But they are supposed to be neutral. At the end of the day, they is supposed to be neutral. Into the MPC be reading minutes into it. Because in some normal neutral yes some mujina baby. Now some insist to say and anything almost said yes so specific. They knew what they were doing. Yeah, problem they say. So when say now there's no need of me IGP. There's no need of me ballot in Atos 3. Now what's sending message 5:12 p.m. I did also demanding for it. I mean who does that? They are not being fair. Into abana there. Yeah, share court bekan. But him say so far as yeah na mumbra kwan so nkwa there. We are not losing at the end of the day. Intinu ni ebesi no minim am say now no obi kaso no kaso no mo hwe kwan say on betu kra ko say I think say
yeah no say come fanko anymore.
There is a likelihood because we am here dem run fan. We are not losing. Tete and his people are not being fair. O friend na onfa, o the strange number friend na no afa. O friend Dr. Bossman onfa, o the strange number from no mafa. So what's the meaning of all this? They need to be fair to you because he himself so far as the person pays tax ye nipa no oye adwuma under the government yet no into one case of a tax clearance certificate
yeah bra be dia ko a kasa edema Action People's Party ede yakwa akotie da ba ni nyina no no ada me betena hanim say court injunction na me ka kire mo say ade a wo mo akosere court ne say wo mo fanto akotia by election e be koso nyame ya adoma 2nd September no na wo mo candidate a ye friend no ankoma je say isi abeku kwan be show no ede ne si abonti a wo mo so wo mo dwen ho a wo mo ntia siesan se nipa no wo ya aban adwuma na obi a wo ya aban adwuma bia so no at the end of the day no nipa no etua tax ntine se oba na se obeka kire wo mo se wo mo fa tax clearance certificate mfambra na otumi provided the pay slip eni kwa se nka we no ye bibia wo se mugina so na mode stop wo mo candidate no from contesting ba wotie ne kasa ye mu a wo so no wo woni se bibi fish bi ekwoso se wo mo nim se ade agese David Ankomai wo ya popular papa wa kwetia and the NDC for nim na before nim no ngwafo abom de wom party bia so nim no ankwafo awodo na ye ready say chese sa ni pay de wom beto abade amante e bia na no na nam so a ama chese wo ma no wo ma pam no e de free ma chese si a no ntumi contest ba nyame ya adoma eche na na chese court no e betena say me so trust me say de better for me free honum bia no me de ni nyina no e beba be so mo e wo showdown so e bu sia sa bra ya me na mo ka say de prophecy ane prophecy na ba belande na prophecy ne belande ye no nipa ekọ edema no eye Kennedy ohini Japan enrada nyame difo a ye friend CL Zuwonu. I stand to be corrected again with the name what dem come sheba ya na wo ka say APP amanyoko ni se wo mu nim na wo mo presented Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enim gwase a wo mo be saage no echende wo mo gi 2024 na de Nyankopon wadan na didi a kire ne se Kennedy ohene Japan ena ye chosen one Prophet El Bernard so eden kom shabe no so kire se Kennedy ohene Japan na ekọ Prophet Kwarteng wono so den kom shaba eche se Kennedy ohine Japan eneko na sabre ya mene mo ka se de kom shafo fra busu abeto me na ashorom eye Bishop Owusu na according to Bishop Owusu was said the trading upon Yakupon dine the chire no and near trading upon Yakupon a churning for need the chire no Sagana for pass and yet see a bomb pipe and Yakupon a Casadia Guyashuma yet ya and can say Kennedy in Japan and can you say war bank I will see a da from crana papano or Tietia Yashua and I say your royal tad ye the same from Napapana etiatia so son say ye pe will be a war vision will be a war bema my Ghana ayefe will be a war bema my Ghana to say European countries CBD and not just say you be a Kennedy in Japan na ne nkom sha wode ba ye no en was say ohun say Kennedy ohire Japan ekita mantle no na sa mantle na Kennedy kita no chese businessmen na kuku dam ni ade no ma be pie mu o man Ghana chese investment upon investment as you do ohun ya no say trading upon yakopon we twa baby dia che na chese o man Ghana adani Europe waso obesira nkasa say nyankopon de upon yakopon hatawe ne ba wa fa no ne ba wa choose no eye Kennedy ohire Japan enu ntini nyame aduma 31st of January 2026 mu amode kokrobotin be kwa kwato abani nyina no edini ye ba akope nipa ne ye ba akope sankofa de ye mpe de bi sankofa ye be se ye be report de ye mpe ye pe de nyankopon wasra ne ngo na the chosen one so eye Kennedy ohire Japan yankwa na yenkotie nkomhye we so emra sesia
the MPP race Kennedy Japan will take the mantle.
Yes, sir.
He will bring a certain rep of businessmen. I saw over 1 million businessmen, young men, that are erupting because he was carrying the king. I saw him with about 1 million horses, and I saw men, young men were sitting on the horses, and I saw them running. And I saw Ghana tend to be like Europe. I saw buildings. I saw even old cities have become a new city. I saw Adabraka have been turned like a new city. I saw Makola have been turned like a new city. I saw Kantamanto have been turned like a new city. And the Lord said, He will raise him and raise over 1 million businessmen. Thus saith the Lord.
Yes, Lord.
On this prophetic enforcement summit, I put a stamp.
Yes, Lord.
On this prophecy.
Yes, Lord.
Everybody watch it. I saw the man win about 57.5 in their political race. 57.5. Watch the number. It will come to pass.
Amen.
Bishop Owusu enkomhye no elebusia wode atufom no wankasa uti enkomhye ni wie elebusia wo ya osai meje di say asofofo de guma hudro uti enkomhye ni wie sisi aro wo hu gira wo ho so ankasa de bia ye tena ha ye kase ye wonkrofo wo ma ye ready se wo mo be som wo man no ye wonkrofo wo ma ye ready se wo mo be transform me o man. This is a genuine man of God. Watch let's say Kennedy ohine Japan ohun se wo kura mantle no na over 1 million businessmen na just wo ma be pie mu o man Ghana and the investment upon investment ebushia enya asem ketwa na ne de wo sesa wo man Ghana yankasa ye makola ye kantomanto chese marketplaces ahodo baby kura ye nim se o de gata ye ho no ma ho de bon kankan ni ade ohun se Kennedy Japan sesa ne mama chese sa old cities ni nyina no ba ye foforo na no ada ye hwe ye je se bon kankan ye dan kramantemi se muti Kennedy ohine Japan na asema wo kan ye mesi Kennedy ohine Japan is the only person na obetumi transforming Ghana. We are not asking MPP for anything. Yen kan kire MPP for say monfa sikambra yansa na yakoto aba. Yen kan kire MPP for say monkoto ka asema ye na yakoto aba. Yen kan kire MPP for say monhwode anopa bia mbeche aduane mfama ye asemba akopɛ ene ye ka kire MPP amanyokuo no wana nyame ya aduma wo mo beto aba ne se kokromote no enkasa enfama Kennedy ohine Japan na edinfo nkwamhye de twedi aponyankopon wakade afa wo man Ghana ho no entumi mremu candidate ne kasa utie Kennedy asema uhu ni se Kennedy de wo demu sonko uhu ni se Kennedy de wo kasa chese ahunhum nyina kure ni je yesi se Kennedy ba pa no wo kasa na buhwe se mu weni na mu hwe se de heaven ho no wo mu sifa bo se sifa himanki e beji wunsem abofo ni ade nyina no wo mo twen Kennedy ohine Japan so obeba be transforme wo my Ghana ebsia emre no ekọ ankasa mo amode adwonhwe baaye no meje bre na makenkan ni nyina no e de ama I don't know say me phone lines into okay maybe can comment e bia abasa ofre eba jumedie ne so a 0550623377 ubetimi afre de aba jumedie ne so 0550623377 normal call WhatsApp emu bia abafre bia me ba chere be mo akwanya na so do wadwenhwe ede aba enese ye the post no eto honom Kennedy Japan Dr. BAWUMIA Dr. Yaw Educhum ena Brian Echampong enya 6%. Saso ena Dr. Yaw Educhum so enya 3%. Dr. BAWUMIA enya 11%. Ena as usual Kennedy akompreko ohini Japan wano so enya 80%. Enipa wa moto abane enne no 35 votes and nipa 35 and a 2 abano. This is not the only station I hear post CB. I think say me hu Insura FM 4 there, me hu Akoma 4 there, and anytime I want be post ni biano nipa wo lead Kennedy ohine Japan ti we kra no I will say to me send signal bi de ma MPP benefo say Ghana for enhwehwe bi ade omo hwehwa Kennedy ohine Japan. Make kan comment ni bi ba yen same since we say Ken Japan no Ken no votes. Ghanaians want Kennedy Japan, of course. Emilia and so say in Ken we trust, no Ken no votes. Ken all the way. Rebecca Yabua or see no Ken for Ghana. Rebecca Yabua Ken all the way. Okay, so no Ken no Ghana until the Ken all the way. And Sam Sisi was say BAWUMIA has no rich ideas. Chia. Okay. Emilia say Ken is the only one who can lead NPP for victory 2028. In Ken we trust, that is 2028 in Ken we trust. And Sam Sisi was say BAWUMIA is just destroying the party. He should go away la. Emilia, we love you so much. Incoming NPP presidential candidate and incoming president of Ghana 2028. Ken all the way. Inshallah. Trade and point Ghana for Yinano. Yesu Fre Emilia was say Ken oh Ken. O say Ken Japan. Ken all the way. Kennedy. We love you. Just in the comment section I said there. Ninyina no Kennedy wahini Japan. Wano ena enipa bebre na ehwe nim se wo be take you over. Na chese eniema papa ewo ni mu nyina no wetimi aye ede aboa oman konkron Ghana. Ebsia memra no ekwopa nti hana mrema mkwa neja ensoma nne me de besomo se shoulder jumedie no medi ni nyina beba na wie ye production team hana ATP baby biara obia no me wish you speedy recovery saso na executive producer so Mr. Daniel yebo me so ameti na adwama ende dey eni jumedie besomo medi ni munim dada na ya se wa nyame ya do ba china ya wada yade ameba betena fidie manim se na medi o man Ghana ho sesem nyina so no aba besomo nya subscribe ya no subscribe dia mo share video we so ama unu ebe ono so a share e dia ma obi foforo na comment section na senso no wo de wadwenhwe so afa honom e dia ma mo so am share wo TV. Good evening enko enfama munyina nyame ado ba china ya besan so e dia share for now ne dia makramo.